Man, I cannot tell you how excited I have been. I've been waiting so long for this game. Oh, we're not signed in. That's interesting. Okay. Oh well. Sort that out later. Sorry, I just realized I should have done this before. It's always a good sign, right? Start off on the right foot. Oh, get rid of motion blur. I don't know about you guys, I hate motion blur. Okay. There we are, let's get to it. New game. I gotta say, man, the cutscene animation, like, the art style is just amazing. I love it. I mean, I know it's an indie game, and so to a large extent, you know, a lot of it has to do with being able to cut down on cost. I mean, if we're being real about it. But, I'm gonna adjust the desktop audio a little bit there. And my game crashed. Well, that's a good sign. There we go. Okay.
I am Kamea of House Arano, High Lady
Get
of
me
the
out of the way
Regan
here.
Reach, Protector of Coromadir, and the Sword of Restoration. But I am not a hero, no matter what the stories say. A hero would have sacrificed more, compromised less. A hero would have done better. You know this, of course. You were there. My father used to tell me stories about the ancient times, about the Star League, a golden age of prosperity, upheld by the great mech warriors of old, guardians of the innocent, protectors of the peace. I always dreamed of following in their footsteps. I was too young to see the truth of things. After all, it wasn't heroism or a noble cause that won me the throne. It was hiring a mercenary, skilled enough, perhaps ruthless enough, to carry the day. Hiring you. I still don't know if you fought for honor or for the thrill of it, for belief in my cause, or just in my money. But whether it was your noble heart or mercenary mind, your actions gave us hope. That makes you a hero in the eyes of history. Whether you believe it, that's up to you.
So the changes that they made between the original release and the, you know, the streamer early access release that they had a couple of weeks ago, and this are pretty interesting to see. They've made a lot of improvements. All right, welcome to the Aurigan Reach. The Aurigan Reach is a small kingdom in the rimward periphery, a region of space that lies on the outskirts of the more densely colonized inner sphere. It's home to the Aurigan Coalition, a federation organized around a parliamentary monarchy and ruled by the Arano family. For 3 generations under the rule of House Arano, the Aurigan Coalition has remained a relatively peaceful corner of the periphery. It is here your story begins. Okay. Right, so this is all of the different origins. Just like so many other people. I don't think I'm going to sit here and read through all of these. I will briefly look through them. If you end up watching this on a VOD, feel free to pause it or something. I don't know. Registry of Canopus, Torian Concordat. There we go. Periphery. So just a little background. If you watch the intro, that was showing the future history, the path that humanity has taken, developing spaceflight, expanding out into multiple different systems, the rise of the Star League, which you see the coronation, the guy going down wearing robes, lots of crowd, that was the beginning of the Star League. The betrayal at the end there was the downfall of the Star League. It's the succession wars. That's where we pick up, is like in the midst of the succession wars. Everybody's trying to, all of the different Commonwealth, the Lyran, the Capellan, Canopus, the Tarian, all of these are trying to stake out their claim in the world, the galaxy. Much bigger than the world. Okay. I believe that my family came from the deep periphery. I like having characters that come from nowhere. Mech warriors that hail from the deep periphery are rare, but even rarer is the mech warrior who will admit to such an origin. Beyond the outermost edges of the periphery lie depths of space that remain uncharted and unknown to most of human civilization. Little is known about these regions, but they are far from uninhabited. The deep periphery is littered with abandoned colonies and small outposts, isolated from the rest of humanity. After the fall of the Star League, General Alexander Kerensky led the remnants of the Star League Defense Force into the deep periphery, disappearing from the inner sphere and from recorded history. You are of noble birth. Although immigrants to the Aurigan Reach, your family soon established a comfortable presence in a small backwater system on the edge of Aurigan space. By the time you were born, your family had become the de facto ruling nobility of the system's only inhabited planet. You were the oldest child, heir to the family's titles and ancestral battle mech, an old Blackjack BJ-1. This is where you met Raju Mastiff Montgomery. God, what a name. Who are you? I'm Raju Mastiff Montgomery. A veteran of the Succession Wars, whom your parents hired on for a season to train you as a mech warrior. Raju, not Raiju. Raju was a strict but capable teacher, and you quickly became a skilled pilot under his tutelage. It was an uneventful life. Yeah, the ellipses, ... Until the day after your 16th birthday. When, let's see, you were exiled. So each of these background choices gives you increases your gunnery skill, chance to hit with ranged weapons. Tactics is the effectiveness of called shot opportunities, reduces the penalty for indirect fire, improves minimum range. If you are exiled, you get those. Struck out on your own, you get piloting and tactics. Piloting is melee hit chance based sprint distance, threshold of stability for unsteady, and increases the maximum level of evasion, which can come in handy really a lot if you're using smaller mechs. Tactics, increase the effectiveness called shot opportunities. We already went over that one. Family went bankrupt. Guts. Guts improves the maximum health of mech warriors. Also reduces the penalty from weapon recoil and increases the threshold of heat that triggers overheated. Family died in an accident. Piloting Guts. Family was betrayed. Gunnery Guts. There we go. Your family was betrayed and its seat of power destroyed. You defeated the betrayers, but you were the sole surviving member of your house. With nothing but your family's ancestral blackjack left to call your own, you set off to make a new life for yourself. You got +1 gunnery, increased chance to hit with ranged weapons, +1 guts, improved maximum health, reduced weapon recoil, increased threshold for overheated. We're going with that one. I like those two skills. Out on your own, you fell into the life of Aurigan Coalition Soldier, Frontier Pirate. These also give you benefits, so gunnery over here. Frontier Pirate. Solaris Gladiator. Interesting. Inner Sphere Mercenary. Frontier Freelancer. Merchant Guard. Honestly, I like the idea of a soldier, came from nothing, became royalty, well, born into royalty, really, but fall from grace, become a soldier, work on your skills. Unsure of your prospects, you travel to Coromadir. That's a word. The capital of the Aurigan Coalition, and enlisted in the Coalition military. You quickly rose through the ranks, distinguishing yourself as a reliable mech warrior. Life as a soldier wasn't glamorous, but it suited you just fine. So we got +1 gunnery. God, I love the music, man. Until years later, you crossed paths with Raju Mastiff Montgomery once again. On an ill-fated mission, you were caught behind enemy lines and separated from your lance. Raju happened to be on patrol nearby, and he launched a daring rescue. Upon finding out it was you he had rescued, he brought you into the House Arano Royal Guard. So it is that you find yourself reunited with your old mentor, preparing your ancestral blackjack for guard duty on the coronation day of the Lady Kamea Arano. Okay, character portrait. Let's see, what do we have here? She, they, he. Speaking of which, I really like the pronoun selection. A lot of people, or not a lot of people, but some people have gotten pissed off because of the whole, you're pandering to social whatever. In the lore for Battletech, it makes sense to have a pronoun choice. Where it's not, in a world with, cat ladies and cyborgs, and it's... There is no clear-cut definition anymore. Alright, so... I don't want to spend too long looking at this. Let's see. 16th birthday, relatively... Well, that guy's pretty cool. Got a little bit of scruff going on. Alright, enter call sign. Baku. Scott. I'll go with Blaze. Or Scott, Baku, Blaze. Let's go. Here we go. Character background. Okay. Gunnery 4, piloting 2, tactics 2, guts 3. Pronoun he. We're going to confirm. Apparently you get an achievement just for starting the game. The High Lord Tamati Arano II is dead. The Aurigan Reach is left at an uncertain crossroads. Once prosperous, it's now a kingdom in decline, surrounded by powerful neighbors. Lord Santiago Espinoza, brother-in-law to the late High Lord, is convinced that the slow-moving Council of Founding Houses must be dissolved. His proposed directive would conscript their house guard and centralize power under a single throne. However, the High Lord's heir, the noble Lady Kamea Arano, is determined to rebuild the Reach without transforming it into an authoritarian state. She refuses to enact her uncle's directive and has rebuked his vehement pleas to reconsider. On the morning of Lady Arano's ascension to the throne, her loyal captain of the guard, Raju Mastiff Montgomery, makes preparations to escort her safely to the coronation procession that awaits in Cordia City. .53 local time. Oh man, I've waited so long to get into this. It's the same missions that everybody's seen, 100 times at this point with all the pre-access stuff, but I am just dying. And if anybody ends up watching this, I'm going to try to get through this as quickly as possible, explain things as I go, but again, it's the intro missions. There's 24 recordings of these, the first 2 or 3 hours of play, so I'm going to get through it as best I can, get onto the newer stuff. I'll do some mech refit stuff as soon as I can, because I don't like the way everything's set up at the beginning. Alright, begin mission.
Command interface initiated.
Okay. Move the mouse, here we go, up, down, Q and E, cool. Okay, Baku, I had the Espinoza refit yards rush the repairs on your blackjack. Looks like it's all in one piece, but we should run some diagnostics on it just to be sure. Standard field tests, you know the drill. More importantly, though, I wanted to tell you more about the job I brought you out here to do. Now do me a favor and get that battle mech moving. Let's see if there's any kinks in the actuators. My turn. Okay, click on a mech warrior portrait. Click on
I'll
him.
come right out and say it, kid. I wasn't completely honest with you the other day. There's gonna be more to this job than escort duty.
I brought you here because there's something wrong in the capital. It's been too quiet since High Lord Tamati's funeral, and I'm worried about Lady Kamea's safety during her coronation process. Procession. Why do I keep doing that? Process. Coronation procession. Anyway, looks like your actuators check out. Let's conduct a weapons test. Target one of those burnt-out old urban mechs and open fire.
Like I was saying, I can't prove anything. But my gut tells me something's... Warrior trust their instincts.
Yeah, they did a good job. I mean, it is just super satisfying to blow the crap out of a, 30-ton mech. Good shot. Your guns are in working order, at least. Target dummy coming in. I've been training Lady Urano since she was 14 years old. She can be naive at times and proud, but I have no doubt that she'll be a just and effective ruler. It's on us to see her safely to Cordia City. I'll rest easier once she's in the capital with her cousin Victoria by her side. Lady Victoria, well, she's only been training under me for a single season, but she's already shaped herself into one of the strongest mech warriors I've ever seen. Reminds me a lot of you, truth be told. Anyway, we should run a check on your targeting computer. You see that drone over there, the one moving through the tree line? Put some hurt on it for me, and then when it turns, take it out with a rear angle shot. After it's down, we'll keep moving.
Kamea's like a daughter to me, and her late father, High Lord Tamati, was a good friend.
Okay, clicky clicky. Not worried about heat right now, so he's in cover. The trees, this little icon right there, reduces damage by 25%.
Victoria pulls no
So-
punches, but she's been a loyal companion to Kamea since they were kids. Aside from you, there's no one I'd rather have by my side in a fight.
So my, over here, well, let's go over this real quick. So over here, all your weapons, you can toggle them independently on and off. You can take a look over on the left. It'll show you the heat. I should really turn on my cursor, huh? Give me 1 second here. I don't know if I can do that on the fly, can I? Game capture. Properties. Capture cursor. Hey, look at that. Alright, able to do that on the fly. In any case, so, able to toggle each of the weapons on and off. Cursor over on the left is your heat meter, bottom is your stability. If you get all the way full, your mech falls down. Bad juju. Overheat. If you get past this marker, you overheat. If you get all the way up, your mech shuts down. Too hot, can't run, shut down. Bad juju. So you don't want to let either of these meters get all the way up. Over here, we got what your weapon is, whether or not it uses ammo, if you have ammo, how much damage it does, your to-hit chance from where you are right now. This red line means that you have line of sight. You can fire on it. You'll see different ones as we go. Now, up here, this is I clicked on this, so this is the target that I'm selected right now. This red outline down here shows you what direction you're attacking from, what you're likely to hit. So right now he's facing away, we're going to be hitting the back. If you notice, this one in particular is much weaker, but dealing with tanks, your front armor is going to be the highest, side armors will be next. Looks like the turret too. Your rear armor is going to be lowest. If you can get a rear shot, that's cool. Same with mechs. If you get a rear shot, that's even better. You look down here. Rear armor is only 45, front armor is 90. So, anyway, firing at him from the back. Now, the way combat works here, you have to get through the armor to get to the structure.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Burn through the armor, deals damage to the structure. Deal enough damage to the structure, that section is destroyed. Tanks only have one structure. Get inside, deal damage to the structure, they blow up. Pretty simple. Alright, nice shot. Now, I don't know how familiar you are with the Regan politics, but the Reach was badly shaken by High Lord Tamati's death. It needs a smooth transition of power, and Kamea belongs on the Cormorant throne. Go ahead and fire up your jump jets, kid. I want to see you descend this cliff face. Aim for that patch of ground there near the edge of the lake. Alright, so here we go. We have different movement options. Right now they're all otherwise disabled. That was the word I was looking for. Jump jets. You see your arc here for what you're going to be doing. Red because they don't want you going anywhere but here, so, you know, jump jets. When you use your jump jets, it's kind of cool. You can rotate 360. You can face any direction, which isn't always the case.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. Jump jets build a lot of heat, and that was more than your engine could handle. Head on into that water. We need to get you cooled off.
So, overheat, that's all part of it. Little icon over here on the left, overheating. Unit takes structural damage each turn while overheating. So the longer you stay, the worse your mech gets. You can actually kill your mech by doing it. Water increases your heat sink ability. Computer. Warning, plasma leak detected, jump jet malfunction, jump jet systems damaged, system inoperable until repaired. So, you know, it's all part of the tutorial. Oh, for the love of all the gods, this is what I get for insisting on a rush job. Not that I had much of a choice. The Espinosa refit yards were backlogged like you wouldn't believe. It looked like they were trying to process every single Royal Guard mech in time for the coronation. There isn't any time to get your jets replaced, so we're just going to have to make do without them. Go ahead and take that mech down with a melee attack. I want to be sure nothing else is going to break down on your blackjack before we take it out on the Cormorant Road. So, when you're in water... click on me. When you're in water, water increases your heat sink abilities. Your mech passively dissipates 30 heat a turn. You can add heat sinks to increase that. Certain environmental factors will affect. If you're on a desert planet, desert, biome, you only sink 85% of your heat. If you're on a cold one, you can get extra benefit. If you're in water, water reduces movement speed, but it increases a unit's heat-seeking ability by 50%. So instead of 30, you cool off 45 units every turn. So anytime you see this square, yellow square around a target, that means you are within melee range. So we're just going to go ahead and run up and punch him. Well, we don't have arms, so we're going to run up and ram-lush him. Good hit. At least that's solid. Alright, one last test. I want you to take your blackjack up to a sprint and evade my attack.
Push that engine, kid. If something goes wrong today, I want to know that your mech can maneuver.
Alright, so movement. This is your normal standard movement. You also have sprint. Sprint uses the mech's entire turn to move further, gaining evasive charges based on distance. +2 difficulty to hit this unit with ranged attack per evasive charge. So early game, when you're using lighter, faster mechs, evasion is your friend. Makes it much more difficult for you to hit. +2 difficulty, I don't know the actual number, and this is all based off a tabletop game. I don't know the exact numbers, but I think that each evasion chevron is something like 5 or 10% to hit. So the more you have, the less likely it is they're going to hit you, the less likely you're going to take damage. Cannot sprint if unsteady or if a leg is destroyed. That brings up an interesting point. So you have 11 different destructible zones on your mech. White is armor, gray, which will turn to orange, is structure. So you have structure on the left here, armor on the right. This shows your current status. You can mouse over for each of them, give you, your armor value, your current status, all of that. You take enough damage on your left leg, burn through the armor, burn through the structure, left leg destroyed. You can still walk, but you can't run anymore. You lose all the equipment that's on whatever part gets destroyed. It gets nasty. Alright, so we're up at sprint. We're going to sprint over here. If you see, as you move, right here, if you move this distance, you don't get any chevrons. Move here, get 1 chevron, 2 chevrons, 3 chevrons. These are all evasion counters, so the further you move at a faster rate, the more evasion you get, the harder it is for you to get hit. If you take an attack with evasion charges, it removes one evasion counter for every attack that you get, but it'll help keep you alive. Congratulations, Baku. Your blackjack's as combat ready as it can be given the circumstances. For what it's worth, I hope that my suspicions turn out to be unfounded, and we end the day having a good laugh about what a paranoid old man I've become. But if not, then I know that you'll be ready. Alright, it's time to move out. Lady Arano's waiting for us at the mech bay.
An impressive display, Sir Raju. Of course, this mech warrior was a student of yours. I'd expect them to know their way around a cockpit.
Giggity. Alright. I don't have any combat, so we'll just sprint over.
Full throttle.
So he is in a Centurion, which is kind of cool looking. I can't wait to get one. Baku, allow me to introduce Kamea Arano, the soon-to-be High Lady of the Urigan Coalition. Is Lady Victoria on this channel? For the time being, my father has summoned me to the Picton docks. I have a fleet inspection and a tour of the family refit yards to preside over before the coronation. Behold the responsibilities of a noble daughter, a font of tedium that never runs dry. I know the feeling, cousin. By this time tomorrow, I'll be responsible for the entire Reach. Give my best to your father, and don't be late for the tourney. The gambling dens are already taking bets on how long it'll take me to cripple that customized monstrosity you pilot. Bold words, cousin, but the only victory they'll be celebrating is mine. You may be ascending the throne today, but my Kaga is more than a match for the family heirloom that you call a battle mech, and in the arena, I reign supreme. We'll see, cousin, we'll see. At any rate, I will see you in the tourney grounds. Sir Raju, I'm ready to go when you are. Overland, along the Cormorant Road, as is the Arano tradition. Aye, Kamea, we'll get you there in one piece. Baku, fall in behind me. And remember what I told you.
Mission success.
So it's funny, reading some of the reviews now that the game's out. There's one review in particular talking about how slow the game is. Oh god, there's so much waiting and so much watching and just not doing anything. And it's like, this is a chess game, man. This is a tabletop game. I think I should get out of the way here.
I remember the Oregon Reach of old, the time of the Great Expansion. I was just a boy then. Proudly we went forth, bringing the light of our coalition to so many systems. And for what? To see our great kingdom slowly waste away? Year after year, the Council deliberates while our economy falters, and the wolves bay at every door, while covetous neighbors plot against us. Well, I say, it can go no further. We are here today because if Lady Arano will not act, someone must. I know what I'm asking of you. You will face former comrades, or even loved ones, on the battlefield. I take up arms against my own niece. But remember, today we sacrifice so that tomorrow we can return our kingdom to its proper glory, to its proper strength. So should you fall tonight, know that you did so as true heroes of the Reach. To your stations, for the Directorate!
For the Directorate! Coronation Day, 13:22 local time. Wow, we passed a lot of time, I guess. 4 hours, 5 hours? Pop. Speed is more important than firepower on escort and rescue missions. Don't ever underestimate the power of firepower, but you got to be able to keep up with what you're escorting. Turrets get sensor lock. That can be a pain in the ass. So, hey, here's a good example. You kind of lose the scale when you're playing from the isometric view. This little tiny guy up here That's the size of a human being. Right there. This is, oh god, a blackjack is, what, 50 tons? 55 tons? I think it's 50 or 55 tons. But you look at the size, like, this little tiny person is like the height of the foot. Like, just the flat part of the foot. Like, these, you are piloting gigantic mechs. Oh, hold down Alt. All possible movement spot. Oh, didn't know that. Okay, begin mission.
Command interface initiated.
I'm going to miss this, Raju. The clarity of purpose that I feel in the cockpit of a battle mech. The simplicity of it. But there they are, just up ahead. The city gates and my future all laid out before me. Wait, what's that smoke? A guard post. One of the small ones that dot the roads leading into the capital. But the emergency band's been quiet all morning. I haven't heard anything about any fire.
This is damned odd, and I don't like it. Kid, keep your head on a swivel and be ready for anything.
Ooh.
I'm on.
Sorry, clicked out of the window. Some sort of explosion. Looks recent, too. Do you think it was an accident? No. No chance. You see those scorch marks in the rubble? That's laser fire. We need to get you out of here, Kamea, right now. Yes, I think you're right. There's a patrol of Royal Guard mechs up ahead. We should go to them.
Whatever's happening here, I won't let it derail your coronation. Your people need you.
Thank you, Raju. I will prove myself worthy of the faith you've placed in me.
Of that, I have no doubt. Aye.
We're going to put you up there. Kamea pilots a Kintaro. These are pretty cool mechs. They're you can outfit them with some ridiculous missile boat kind of. It's all short range, but well, it doesn't have to be. That's a beautiful thing. This game, you can customize the crap out of whatever you want, man. Like, you want a different kind of mech, you can build it. It doesn't mean it's always going to work right. Sometimes, you know, there are some builds that just aren't meant to be. Double PPCs on a light mech. You know, Christopher Odd tried it. It really didn't work out for him. You get a mech with better heat seeking, you can definitely double PPC. PPCs are particle projection cannons. They're pretty good weapons. 50 damage. They deal stability and stability damage and mess with your target's sensors. All right, we're gonna put her just outside the range. Looks like I'm gonna be just outside the range too. Okay. All right. My turn. Okay. I'm going to pick me, and I'm going to move me up. Something doesn't feel right. Hail, Mastiff. Hail, Lady Arano. We were preparing for Lady Arano's coronation. We were preparing for Lady Arano's coronation parade when we got word of a disturbance along the Cormorant Road. A guard post behind us was attacked? Sir Raju found evidence of laser fires. The road behind you clear. Aye, all the way to the southern gate. Lead the way, Sir Raju. We'll fall in behind you and guard your six. Tell me something, guardsman. If the road is clear, why is your battle mech damaged? Our mechs are overdue for maintenance, but that isn't important right now. We need to worry about Lady Arano's safety. Now, my lady, if you'll come with us. No, you're lying to us. It's my coronation day. No mech tech would have sent you out for parade duty in that condition. I am your sovereign, sir. You will tell me what happened here. Damn it, girl. We don't have time for this. Take them. Kill the old man and the mech warrior, but take Lady Arano alive. Betrayal.
Get behind us.
You didn't train me to cower, Raju. You trained me to fight.
Safeties disengaged.
Wow, that was fun. Large laser to the side. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? Let's go Mastiff with the Centurion. Melee of 70. Let's look at you. You got 17 in the center. Alright.
Confirmed.
One thing that I think is just criminally underutilized is melee in this game. Ah, the classic Shadowhawk. The big old giant cannon on him. Alright, Kamea. Yeah, this will be fun. Okay, so you can click on where you want to go, and this arc shows you directions that you can face. It also shows you, just in a visual glance, where your primary, like, to hit for your weapons are. The the closer to white the overlay is on the arc, the better your, the more optimal your range is. But we are going to move here. If you click on a spot and then move mouse, over a target, so long as you can see them in your current position, you'll be able to tell your hit chance from that location. All of these mechs use
Sounds good. I'm moving.
targeting computers, so truthfully, it's kind of cool. If you can't see a mech where it's at, you can't tell how good your shot is going to be when you move to someplace because your computer can't target it. Alright, so now if you look at this, we are attacking directly from behind. I'm going to drop the LRMs because it's got a 40% chance to hit. So we got 80s and 70s, 75. You look over at our heat, it's a pretty significant heat expenditure. And it's probably massive overkill, but I want the Shadowhawk. Oh, Shadowhawks tend to have more... not even a massive overkill.
If you
All
had
right.
any sense, you'd retreat.
So he's unsteady. When you get past the steadiness thresholds over here, you get past this white mark, you become unsteady. The higher up you get, the worse it gets. You end up losing all of your evasive chevrons. You end up just falling over if you get too much damage. So white lines here, the dotted white lines, when you move past here, it means that I'm not going to be able to turn around to see them. They're in range. I can see them if I turned, but I can't turn to actually reach them. So there's a lot to take into consideration when you're planning moves and planning what you're doing here. AC2s. God, AC2s are such crap weapons. Alright, let's do it. So, given the tabletop origins of this game, I'm going to go ahead and just alpha because it's the tutorial. Okay, I was like, come on, really? Alpha Striker. I got an achievement, apparently. Okay. Oh, up at the top. So you got your turn order. It goes, there's no 5 currently, but it goes 5 to 1. Faster your mech is, the higher your initiative. So 5s go before 4s, before 3s, before 2s, before 1s. It goes in an alternating structure. So if I have a turn in this turn, so it's my turn. This is phase 4, initiative 4. I'll go, and then he'll go. And it goes back and forth as long as it can. We'll get 2 in a row. If I've got 2 mechs, and he's only got 1 in this case, I'll go, then he'll go, then I'll go again. So alternating gives it a, rotation to the way everything goes. Alright, Mastiff. AC 10, 2 medium lasers, LRM 10. AC 10, the range on it is not what I would want it to be. You can also right click to drag your... screw it. We'll melee him.
To hell with the weapons. Damn you for making me do that, son.
There we go.
Battle mech down.
Alright, so when you're fighting mechs, there are 3 ways to disable a mech, to take it out of combat. Destroy the head, pilot dies. Destroy the center torso, pilot dies. Destroy both legs, mech shuts down. Technically, pilot's incapacitated. I'm not really sure how they work if like one of your characters. It doesn't actually kill the pilot, but when you have both legs destroyed, not able to function, so that's it. Mech's done. Kamea, can you hear me? This is Alexander Madeira. Alexander, we were just attacked. The Royal Guard, my own guardsmen, tried to take me prisoner. It's happening here too. The Royal Guard are killing one another in the halls. Lord Karos's house guard just got gunned down in front of me. The tourney pavilion is a slaughterhouse. I won't let these seditionists, or whoever they are, steal my birthright. We need to rally every loyalist we can find and make a push on the capital. I'll take the throne by force if I must. Go to Rotura Township, to the armory. Your soldiers are using it as a rally point. I heard Lord Decimus send his house guard there a few minutes ago. Someone's here. I have to move. Rally what forces you can and meet me at the tourney grounds. Be safe. You heard him, Mastiff. Rotura Township. We'll go there, rally our fighters, and march on the southern gate with an army at our back. Kamea, I know that you and Lord Madeira are friends, but we can't take what he told you on faith. Right now, we don't know who we can trust. In this case, we do. Alexander has been my closest friend and confidant for as long as I can remember. His loyalty is beyond question. I trust him with my life and yours. Now take me to the armory. As you command, my lady.
Traitors in the Guard. And I fear this is only the beginning. Follow me. Keep close and remember your training. Things are likely to get ugly between here and there.
So sometimes you don't know where your target is. If you click on these plus signs, it'll zoom the camera to wherever it is. If it's a location, like if I click on all friendly units must survive, it doesn't do anything. But head to Rotorua Township, Rotorua Township. Alright, whatever. Anyway. You can click on the character portrait to get back. We'll sprint
Roger.
you up. And we'll sprint you up. We will try to sprint me up. Enemy contact. Okay. So, blue line here, that's your sensor range for your mechs. If you get enemies within the blue line, you can see them on sensors, but you don't know specific details about them. So it's a vehicle, it's 35 tons. It's a vehicle, it's 25 tons. These are tanks. That's about it. You'll get, some idea of mech size, things like that, but you don't know what you're facing until you actually get in close. You can do sensor lock to get more information, or you can get visual on them. Either way, you'll be able to tell what they are.
I've got your back.
Alright, Okay, so if I sprint up...
Affirmative.
Wow, that was a bad click. Okay.
Got a new contact on my screen.
Well, apparently we're presenting our right arm to them. Alright, we got a galleon. Medium laser, not terribly threatening. Medium laser, 2 small lasers. Alright, so that's not too bad.
I'm listening.
We're going to move her up, and it's not great odds there. No line of sight, so we can LRM. Alright, because of line of sight issues, I'm not really going to be able to get where I want to get. You have to be able to direct fire for most things. Long-range missiles, you can arc over terrain, so we're going to do that. It's not going to destroy it. Missiles are questionable for use against tanks, but I want to put some damage out there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks, it looks like. Scorpion. Remember, sir, Scorpion's a little more dangerous. AC-5 and an MG. So the MG is short range, just like the small lasers are. AC-5 does a pretty good amount of damage. It's, this is the tutorial. Nothing's overly threatening, but, yeah. Alright, our Blackjack is woefully slow, so we're going to sprint him up.
Full throttle.
Otherwise, it's going to take us 3 turns to get him into, you know, combat. Positive side, we did get 4 evasive chevrons, so that's a significant drop to their chance to hit. Now that 35-ton tank is got...
That was sloppy, lad.
we got some missiles there. Don't know what kind of tank it is offhand. See, he's hidden in a little valley depression there, so we can't actually see him.
Talk to me.
All right, Mastiff, let's get you in here. Mastiff has sensor lock. He has multi-target, AC-10, LRM-10. Let's see if we can get you. Yeah, we'll move you up. Get at least 1
On my way.
chevron. He's going to be tanking for us, I think. You know, for the moment. He's in a Centurion. He's got probably the best armor out of all of us. 680, 680. Oh no, 880, the Kintaro. Okay, she has the best armor, but she's also, you know, the person we're protecting, so he'll be up front. Alright, Mastiff, what do we got here? We have 36. We have 60. 90, 90, 90. 85, 85, 85. 85, 85. Recruit striker. Okay, hey, perfect time. We'll see how this works out. So we got A, we got B, and we got... Hey. There you are, way back there. Okay, C. Multi-target's pretty cool. Select up to 3 targets, then look at your weapons system. I am going to put the 2 medium lasers on the close guy. He's got low armor. We'll put the AC-10 on target B here. He's got 60 armor, so it's probably not going to kill him. If it hits, it'll be 60 damage, but it'll expose the structure. If both the lasers hit, we'll take out the galleon here in the front, and I'm going to pop the LRM-10s onto C. I want to put out the damage. Again, missiles are not the best thing to use against tanks. Don't by any means think that this is an ideal situation here. But we're going to spread some hurt. We'll see what we got. Okay, good. 1 tank down. AC-10. Oh, good. Excellent. Punched right through. And the striker. I like the trees. I mean, it's ridiculous because the whole, you know, but I love seeing that. All right.
Yes, I hear you.
Kamea. Let's go here.
I'm on the move.
This Kintaro, man, I cannot wait to get a Kintaro. These things they're pretty nice. They're pretty nice. For a medium mech, you can load a crap load of short-range missiles on. SRM-6s, I'm the kind of guy who does a lot of, like, meta, you know, I want to look and see what's best. SRM-6s look, based on the last set of numbers that I've seen, as the best damage per ton plus stability damage for heat rating, like just overall SRMs. If you can load up on SRM-6s on a mech and get them into, you know, short to medium range, holy crap, you can put the hurt on some mechs. Alright, she also has multi-target, so we're going to do the same thing. Mostly this is to keep putting damage out. I know our heat's getting high, but we're going to have a couple of turns of running once these guys are done to get over here. It doesn't seem like we have any extra enemies. It'll give us an opportunity to dump that heat, so I'm not terribly concerned about it. We got A and B. We're going to put... we got medium lasers. Let's see, what's B? 75 and 80. Makes me wonder, 85. Okay, so we're gonna do something a little funky here. We got, on A, we got 25, the possibility of 48, 96. Yeah, we're just gonna split it up.
I'm on it.
Ideally,
Good hit.
one down. And there we go. Alright. Multi-target is your friend. If you can spread the damage and actually be able to take out enemies, you can kill more than one per turn. Because what you run the risk, if you only take out one per one mech turn, you are going to get overrun, because there's going to be more enemies than you. It might not happen in the first couple of missions, but there will be more enemies than there are mechs in your lands. And so if you're only taking out one per turn, every turn, they're going to get more opportunities to shoot than you are. She, in one turn, took out 2 tanks. He, in one turn, took out 2 tanks. 2 turns of ours, 4 shots against us gone. Those are really good odds. Alright, we're going to sprint him up. We'll dump some heat. Apparently I misclicked and she didn't move. Kamea.
Alexander!
Kamea, do you read me? It's Espinosa, your uncle. Do you hear me? House Espinosa is usurping the throne. It can't be. My uncle. Victoria. Kamea, I just watched an Espinosa battle mech plow through an alley full of civilians. This is happening, and it's happening now. Your loyalists have fallen back to the market district. That's where they're making their stand. What's left of the Royal Guard are doing their best, but there's something wrong with their battle mechs. Wait, what's that sound? Oh, gods! Yeah, nuke it from orbit. Not looking good. Sorry, that was probably really loud. So, what we didn't see is all of this destruction over here. The armory where we were supposed to be rallying our troops is just decimated. Alright. So... not entirely sure where we're supposed to go at the moment. That's not good. There we go. It's over, Kamea. Your ascendancy, the Arano legacy, all of it. Victoria, what have you done? You know, Kamea, for years I loved you like a sister, but then my father helped me see it. Your family's complacency, what it's done to the Reach, our nation dwindles like a dying star, and House Arano is to blame. My father offered you a path to glory. I'd have fought under your banner proudly, served as your strong right hand. It was like a knife in my heart when you turned him away. Damn it, Victoria. I taught you better than this. You taught me lies. Kamea, for the love that I once bore you, I'm going to give you a chance to surrender. I'll even spare the old man and his mech warrior if you stand down now. I don't want to see you hurt, but you cannot be allowed to rule. I'll see you hanged for this, Victoria. You and your father both. Do you hear me? You're traitors to the Reach, and I will fight you to the last. Then you truly are a fool. I'll spare you in spite of yourself, but you've cost your royal escort their lives. Incoming dropship.
Attention, all the Espinosa forces. This is Lady Victoria Espinosa. Lady Arano is to be apprehended and taken alive by my command. Fail to follow these instructions, and you will have me to deal with.
Alright, so it looks like they dropped 3 mechs. Standard lance is 4, but we're only working with 3. It's a tutorial level still. So we got a Locust, which is light mech. They're fast, but they're not terribly strong. I mean, his max armor is 240. Like, it's not... he's got 2 short-range missiles, 2 SRM-2s, and a medium laser. So that's 45, 50, 50-ish damage, 60 damage. We got a Cicada. Cicadas are a medium mech, but they're a light medium. They're on the lighter side, so they can have pretty good armor. This one doesn't. 2 medium lasers, a small laser, so that's 50 damage on the mediums. The small, you know, if you get close, then you'll have to worry about it. We have a Spider. Spiders are really, actually, they can be pretty good. Light mechs, they're super fast. He's got lots of jump jets, so he can move way far, build up a lot of evasion charges. He's got 2 medium lasers, so that's 50 damage. We got Mastiff. Thankfully, he moved up far enough. We're going to put him... Let's see where we can do. He's only got 1 charge. 1 chevron no matter where we go. So we're going to put him in cover. Let's take a look. We got 80s and 70s, 85s and 80s. Alright. Get you to forest cover, sir. Okay. I think because of the evasion, this spider is going to be very difficult to hit after right now. So I'm going to unload on him. Not the best shot on the medium laser, 65%, but we got 80s on the AC-10, or yeah, 80 on the LRM-10, 85% on the AC-10. Let's get going. Oh! Okay then, well, alright, spider down.
One less hostile on the field.
I was not expecting that AC-10, just gone. The Locust is also fast. He's going to be pretty hard to hit. He'll build up some evasion counters pretty quickly. We're in cover. Man, I love the cinematic camera, but sometimes it's a bit wonky. Alright, she's got short-range missiles, medium lasers. I want to see what she's at when we get her to 2 chevrons. What's the hit chances? Only LRMs on them. Not great hit chances. Alright, so let's look at Baku. What I want to do is see if I can take out that cicada. It's only 50 damage. It's not great. I'm going to put some damage on the cicada if I can. It's a pretty good hit chance with the AC-2s. AC-2s are useless. Oh my god, they weigh 6 tons to put in. They do 25 damage. They have wildly disproportionate heat. I've been playing the beta a lot, and I know a lot of things have changed since the backer beta, but AC-2s, man, you use them if you have to. You know, it's better than no weapons, but get out of them as soon as you can. He's not going to be in cover. He's only going to have 1 evasion chevron, but that's as far as he can move. Let's just do it. So there's a lot to take into consideration, but again, this is based on a tabletop game. It is a game of chess. It is not your traditional. It's not a Call of Duty. Run and pull the trigger until everything falls over and hope that you're still standing at the end. You have to be careful about what you're doing. So we got 85s here. Baku is not leveled up enough to get multi-shot yet, so although that is coming. So we're just going to put fire on the cicada. Structures exposed, left armor destroyed. Okay. Achievement unlocked. 'Tis but a scratch. There's a lot of Monty Python references in the achievements, which is awesome. Alright, cicada's moving up. Hey, that's what a tank's for. Take the damage, man.
Barely a scratch.
Barely a scratch. Alright, Kamea.
You have my attention.
Let's move you up. I'm glad I have your attention. I'm trying to get you going somewhere. Alright. Move you up. We got 60s. Those evasion charges, man, that the to hit chance just changes wildly. Alright, we're going to move up. As you progress through the game, you don't want to alpha strike every turn. Your alpha strike being firing all weapons. Just unload. But it's early game. Again, this is the tutorial. I'm trying to get through it as fast as possible, so I'm just going to unload. Not great hit chances. 50% on 2 of the SRMs, 55 on the other. But I just want to get rid of these guys. Actually, come to think of it, let's look at multi-target. Medium laser on the first. 50s. We'll go to 55. That's weird. LRMs have a better chance of hitting the closer target. Oh, I guess he's obstructed a bit. Alright, let's see if we can spread the love. If we can take out the mechs, great. If not, we'll get him on the next turn. I'm not terribly concerned about it. Structure exposed. Oh, that's it.
Incoming transmission.
Attention, citizens of Coromedere 6. This is Lord Santiago Espinosa. With the unanimous support of the founding houses, I have assumed control of the Oregon Coalition. For your own protection, I urge you to remain calm and stay indoors until otherwise instructed. All
that man. I gave him my trust. He was family.
Alrighty.
How can I help?
Mastiff, you're up again. Let's look at just not moving you. He doesn't have... He's a master tactician. +1 initiative, remove 1 bar of stability damage when reserving. Oh, that's actually really cool. Sensor lock, no. Multi-target. Let's try multi-target again. Let's see what we got. LRM's on the back guy. Medium laser on the back guy. Damn, that's 60 damage, man. That's just amazing. Alright, take him out. Let's go. Right torso, right arm. In retrospect, I should have just focused on one guy. I had the vain hope that I'd be able to take out both of them at once. Obviously, that wasn't the case. Right now, it's not that costly, but later on in-game, if you can remove one of their attacks, you're saving yourself 100, 150, 200 damage in some cases. You gotta go for the kill. I've been spreading things around when, you know, I'm probably going to spread things around again because at this point, they're both on death's door. Alright, we're going to multi-target again. We'll go there. Yep, overheat alert. Alright. Okay, we're going to skip the multi-target. Gotta be selective. Let's go for the cicada. Cicada has not yet gone. He's going to be going next. So if we can take him out, they won't get a turn until our later ones. Let's drop the LRMs. That's still too much heat. A couple of SRMs. Yeah, I want to get rid of them. Left torso, center torso. Down they go. Alright, so that took care of them. Now I get to move again without them having a turn because that mech doesn't go, the other mech, the Locust, doesn't go until 4 or 5 next time. Alright, Baku. Man, those AC2s killing me. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Alright, he doesn't have to worry about heat right now, so just alpha, get rid of him. Down you go. Kamea, do you read me? Alexander, thank the gods. I thought I'd lost you when the bombs fell. You very nearly did. Kamea, the city is lost. We have to get off this planet, and we need to do it now. I can't abandon Korra, Madeira. This is my home, my birthright. The battle's over, Kamea. Lord Madeira has the right of it. It's time for you to run, escape from this madness, and live to restore the Coalition another day. You're both right. My uncle is one. The Reach is his. We'll mourn for it later, the both of us. For now, you need to move. I have a dropship waiting at Shepherd's Pass. I'm on my way there right now. Hurry and meet me there, please. We're on our way.
You get to that ship, Alexander. I mean it. We will not lose you and my throne on the same day.
Okay. Destroy Espinosa vehicles. Okay, let's rotate here a bit. Oh, hey, look at that. It's the big giant dropship. Alright. I love this, being able to pan around. Okay, new objective. Alright, let's set that, you know, visual north. We'll head out from there.
Talk to me.
Alright, Mastiff. Let's sprint you. There's some ugly terrain we got here. Screw it, let's do that.
Accelerating to maximum speed. I'm picking up another hostile.
Okay, we got a tank, 25 tons, so light armaments.
by?
We'll move her up and get her braced. Brace gives you guarded and entrenched. Guarded reduces incoming damage from the front and sides by 50%. Entrenched reduces stability damage by 50%. So if you're not in cover and you can't attack, you basically prepare yourself to better be able to take a hit. Alright, Baku. You are in the slow mech, so we're going to sprint you.
Full throttle.
Early game, it's kind of a balance between guarded, being able to reduce the incoming damage, and evasion, not getting hit. Sometimes it's better to evade, sometimes it's better not. 35 tons, so we got a bit more. That's probably a missile carrier.
I've got your back.
Alright, Mastiff. What do you got for me? I'd prefer to get a shot on the 35 ton, but you know, beggars, choosers, all of that. Let's see if we can't just get rid of this
All
tank.
weapons are go.
I'd say yes, we can get rid of that tank.
You were brave, I'll give you that much.
You were brave, I'll give you that much.
Yes, I hear you.
Alright, Kamea. Go this way. I think it's going to be an obstructed shot, but she can see, so at least we'll figure out what it is that we're facing. Kintaro against Striker. Yep, missile carrier. Short range missile 6, long range missile 10. If we can take it out, that would be ideal. Lots of missiles, which again is not ideal for... Oh yeah, LRMs have a better chance of hitting. Keep the 70s, let's drop to 65s.
Taking the
I don't want
shot.
her to overheat. Especially considering we just aced it.
Flagged a hostile vehicle.
Exiting combat. So when you're out of combat, your default move is sprint. I don't want her to get too far ahead, that's exactly why. Okay, we want to stay out of range if we can. Put her up with them.
Location confirmed.
This is your last chance, cousin. Don't make me order your death. Do whatever you must, betrayer. A headstrong fool to the end. Damn you for this. Captain Haas, destroy them. Mastiff, my cousin, all of them. Leave no survivors.
As you command, my lady.
As you command, my lady. Alright. So, we got 2 turrets. 2 light turrets. Don't let the name fool you. Light turrets can be pretty nasty. Oh my god. Once you get into standard turrets, oh god, I haven't seen a heavy turret, but jeebus, the amount of armaments that you can get even on a standard turret, they are not to be played with. Alright, we got a Wolverine. Host is in a Wolverine. That is a medium mech. Unfortunately, we don't get any salvage after this mission because I would totally try to kneecap this guy. Take out the legs, you get the best salvage, you get 3 pieces. It would be amazing. I would love to have a Wolverine this early. No salvage. Can't do it. That's a little meta game. I guess I've seen it played, so I know there's no salvage after this. Alright, so he's got medium laser, short range missile 6, AC 5. So one of the things they don't actually explain is that if one of your units has visual on another, your targeting computers are linked to your partners. So these turrets are going to be able to fire on us even if we can't see them. They'll take a minus, well, if I were to do it, I don't know what the turret minus is, but standard, if you're indirect fire using somebody else's targeting computer to target your weapons, you take a indirect fire penalty, but there are traits that get rid of that, so eventually indirect fire is amazing. For right now, we're at a disadvantage if we go up here. I am, let's see, where, oops, that was not what I wanted. There we go. Alright, I'm going to reserve. I want to see if we're inside a range of the turrets. If we're not, I'm going to give him an opportunity to do what he's going to do, get a little bit closer, so that now all of our mechs go after he does.
My defenses.
I don't see... Okay, so the turrets go in one. You can just barely see their little chevrons right here. So, goal is, let's get...
You've got my attention.
Mastiff in a position where he can do some damage. 90s and 85s. Let's get him in. So I left our guys with their evasion charges, with their cover, with everything, allowed that mech to go first, so that now, after he fired on us and did, you know, whatever damage, now we have an opportunity to take over, go up there. I didn't realize Mastiff had an exposed right arm. We'll have to be careful about that. What does he have in there? The AC-10. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully it won't matter. Alright. Heat's looking good. Percentages are looking good. Let's go. Left arm destroyed. Not bad. Alright, Kamea. Medium lasers, SRMs, LRMs. I've got medium lasers and ACs. Yeah, let's move you up. Good chances.
Knowledge. I'm moving.
The one problem with running so many short-range missile systems is that there's a lot of heat. So even at that, all of our, our other mechs are down, but, they've vented their heat, but she's still working on it. So we're going to alpha this guy. I don't want to deal with it. Heat's high. It's fine. We'll be good. Just want to get out of here. That still didn't do it. Jesus. So he's unsteady. If he had any evasion charges, they're gone. If we continue to do stability damage, he will fall down. Downed mechs are awesome. They give you free called shots. Every attack on a downed mech is a targeted attack. You get to choose where you want to focus. Not all your shots will hit there, but that's where you focus. Alright. 85s. I want him gone. Turrets can't build up evasion. Okay, we destroyed everything except the center torso. He has no right, no left. Nothing. Alright, we're in range of the turrets. Those are light turrets. Double medium lasers. They probably have small lasers if you get closer. Kintaro's alright. I love the heat, the venting mechanism, or the graphic for venting.
Talk to me.
Alright, Mastiff. Let's get you moving. Let's get you into cover. We will multi-target. Again, just like with tanks, missiles aren't ideal against turret emplacements. Missiles do pretty good damage if they all hit, but the real benefit to missiles is this stability damage. Every missile hit does stability damage. That is just completely removed when you're dealing with tanks and laser turrets. They don't have stability, they can't fall over. So, alright, so do we want a called shot or multi-shot? I feel like that's a bit of an overkill, so we're gonna multi-target. Target you, we'll target you. Also, something that almost none of the streamers that I've seen actually look at this stuff. If you want to see why or what's affecting or how you can, change affecting, you mouse over your weapon here. It gives you all the details about what it is. So arm mounted, -1 difficulty, target size +1, refire +1. So when you refire, when you fire your autocannons, that's what the AC stands for. When you refire autocannons every turn, you get difficulty increases because of the recoil. This is based on a tabletop game. Every turn is a 10-second period real time. So all of this, that's how the evasion charges end up working, is that you're looking at one section, a 2-second section of a 10-second round. So a mech moving several hundred yards in a few seconds is why it's difficult to hit them. So it looks weird when you break it down into turn-based, because you don't see how all of this is supposed to take place, but when you actually look at it, it's meant to be a 10-second round. All of our turns, all of their turns, everything, every round, 10 seconds. So round 20 right now, we are 200 seconds in. This whole conflict that we've seen has taken less than 3 minutes in real time. Granted, with the breakdown, the non-combat movement, it's probably a little longer because you got the sprints in between, but with the combat, non-combat, where it's just our turn. But we're looking at a 3 to maybe 8 minute engagement from start to finish. Like this is real time, very fast, turn-based, very slow. You get to actually think about your moves and figure out what you're doing. So 10 seconds per round. Anyway, so I am going to opt. I'll take the modifier, the increased difficulty. We're going to leave the AC-10 for the light laser turret. It's not going to kill it. It's got 60 damage. We'll put the LRM-10s on it as well. 50 damage on a downed mech. I think we're looking okay there. Wow, that just undid everything. Oops. What do we got here? He's got 66. Alright, we're just going to go for the mech. I want him to go. No one weapon that we had or 2 medium lasers were going to take him out, so. Okay, Kamea. Let's get you up here and firing. Got lots of weapons. Probably overheat, so we got to be careful about that. Massively overheat. Let's pop the lasers. That's right. We're gonna ride it real close here. But I want that turret gone, so.
Target destroyed.
Alright, now if only we could get that good of a shot with him. Let's go for it. So the Blackjack, I mean, it has its uses. It's not my favorite mech. It's not even kind of my favorite mech. Can we do it? What were you shooting at? I mean, sometimes it's like you have some of the most advanced targeting computers in existence in these mechs, and you just fired like 100 yards to the right of where you were shooting. Like, come on, man. Alright, let's sprint her up. Sprint you up.
I'll make it happen.
Sprint me up. That should be good. Proceed to the evac zone. All friendly units survived. Alexander, thank the gods you made it, Kamea. Captain Halverson's prepping the engines now. In another 5 minutes, we'll be ready to depart. 5 minutes is a long time. Baku, you see Lady Arano to the docking ramp. When she's aboard, come back to me. We'll hold this pass against whatever comes.
Thank you, Sir Raju. Thank you both. I won't forget what you've done for me today. I promise you that.
Alright.
I'll do what you
Let's
ask.
get Kamea up there. All units, advance. I want you to take down that dropship, destroy everyone and everything that stands in your way. Alright, Baku, I trained you for this. We'll fight side by side, watch each other's backs. Above all else, we will keep Lady Arano safe. Protect the dropship. It's all that matters. Warning. Engine heat critical. Warning. Shutdown initiated. Reactor offline. Weapons offline. Systems inoperable. Trouble with your blackjack, Baku. Shame. That's been happening to a lot of Royal Guard battle mechs lately. You have numbers on us, and you've resorted to sabotage, and you're gloating about it? You've got no honor, you vicious little brat. Not you nor your backstabbing father. Shut your mouth, old man. My father is a great man, and I swear to all the gods you will suffer if you insult him again. Your father is a coward, and so are you. Baku, I want you to eject. Now. Punch out. You're no good to anybody in a broken mech, and I won't let you die today. Eject, mech warrior, now. That's an order. That actually is an option. Your mech is going to be destroyed. You can punch out. Your mech will stay the way it is, damaged to hell. I'm sure it'll remove you from the opportunity or from combat for the rest of the mission, but you can save your pilot's life. Your player character has plot armor. By that I mean they can't die. Their mech is destroyed. You get knocked out forever. But you do come back. You heal. You get back. You can rebuild your mech. It is super expensive. You can rebuild your mech. You will heal. Your other pilots will, in all likelihood, die. Your guts skill increases the chance that you survive your mech getting cored. Cored being your CT destroyed. CT is center torso. Your mech gets cored more often than not. That pilot is dead. Dead, gone, done. Have a funeral. That's it. They are no longer in existence. So it can be really difficult. And sometimes punching out while it removes them from the rest of the combat will save your pilot's life. And you're investing a lot of time and resources into leveling up your characters and your pilots and getting skills to build a lance that has the skill set that you want. And it can save so much effort. Alright. Now come for me, Victoria. Your teacher is waiting. Come and show me what you've learned. So she's getting on the dropship. I punched out my mech here, glowing red, hot. He is going to hold the line. Kamehameha dead. Deposed ruler killed. Eight hours later. Can I just say, so the music there reminds me a lot of the Mass Effect music, Mass Effect 3. One of my favorite, just the haunting piano. You can hear it in the background if I'm quiet here for a second. But the haunting, just simple piano, note, 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 note. So much can be, gotten out of that music. And then you talk about visual storytelling. They didn't have a 20-minute cutscene. There wasn't full motion. It wasn't anything. But you see, here's what's happened, here's what's happened, here's what's happened. She's reported dead. He's taken over the throne. There's so much. And I can't stress enough how wonderful visual storytelling is in a game like this. You don't always have to have full motion cutscenes to show everything. Sometimes simple melody, simple music over impactful imagery can have such a benefit to a game. It's so simple and it's so effective, and I just love the direction that they've gone with all of this stuff. All right, Executive Officer, this is Darius Oliveira. Easy there, Scott. You took a nasty crack on the head when you punched out. Don't worry, you're safe now. My name is Darius Oliveira. Oliveira? Let's go with Oliveira. My name is Darius Oliveira, and I'm XO of Markham's Marauders. We're a mercenary outfit with ties to House Arano. We did some work for High Lord Tamati way back when. I'd introduced you to Commander Markham, but he was on a supply run in the Market District when the bombs fell. He didn't make it. You rescued me. Why? These are your dialogue options. You rescued me. Why? I'm sorry for your loss. If it wasn't for your company, I'd be dead too. I think we can all relate. I'm sorry for your loss. Yeah, I am too. He was a good man. A lot of good people died today. We picked up your distress beacon on the emergency band as we were on our way off planet. After seeing what had happened to Markham, it didn't feel right leaving you in the hands of this new directorate. We did a sweep of the combat site, grabbed your ejection pod, and ran. What about Mastiff? Sir Raju Montgomery, did you find him? We found his mech. It was completely cored out. Nobody survives a hit like that. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. We supported the Royal Guard on a handful of deployments, and Sir Raju earned my respect many times over. His death is a loss for us all. Were you able to recover my blackjack? Yeah, our mech tech hauled what's left of it into the mech bay. It isn't pretty, but if you give him enough time, Yang can fix just about anything. Try not to take the loss too hard. Yang said that your mech shows signs of deliberate sabotage. Whoever you had working on it really did a number on the reactor, punching out. It was the right move. So what happens now? Well, things aren't looking too hot around here, what with the coup and all. House Espinosa's directorate is the new de facto government of the Oregon Reach. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but Lady Arano is dead. Her dropship was destroyed on takeoff. It's all over the news. Well, shit. Our sentiments exactly. We're getting the hell out of Oregon territory. We've already booked transport on the first jump ship out. We're heading to a nice, quiet stretch of independent space all the way across the frontier on the Canopian border. Not a cheap trip, but we'll worry about how we're going to pay for it later. Side note, I really like this. The, annotated, you can mouse over to get more information. Great. It's fantastic. It is a beautiful way of incorporating people that maybe don't know what's going on. So like the difference between jump ships and drop ships, and small drop ships versus gigantic drop ships like the ones that we saw there that got shot down on the news there. Like we're traveling around in a small drop ship being enter, drop mechs, take off, come back, pick them up, all of that. But jump ships, they're basically ferries. They're big giant ships with huge drives. Other ships come, attach to the side of them, pay the fees. They go from one spot to another. Huge, journeys, long distance trips, very quickly. Costs a lot of money. So, commercial interstellar travel involves riding a dropship from the planet to the jump point, docking the dropship to a jump ship for transit to a new system, riding the dropship back down to the destination planet. We'll actually be able to see that, but that's, just so you actually understand. We'll be able to see also the Magistry of Canopus, the Canopian border. Once we get into the game, I'll be able to look at the map and show you there's territories carved out through the galaxy. Now, according to the info on your blood chit, ID basically, carried by mech warriors in the field, According to the info on your blood chit, you've got family in the deep periphery. I'm afraid that's going to make getting you back there difficult. There aren't many freighter captains who are willing to travel that far from the inner sphere. So the way I see it, you've got a couple of options. You could stay with us for the long haul if you wanted. That's option A. When we get where we're going, we can drop you at the nearest planet. Maybe you can make a place for yourself there. Of course, I'll need you to pitch in for your share of the fuel, plus food, lodging, and repairs on your mech. Fair's fair, after all. Alternatively, you could find a place for yourself in the Marauders if you wanted to. Wouldn't take you long to work off your debt, and you ran with Mastiff, so I know you got chops. Think it over, sleep on it. You've had a hell of a day, and we've got a long road ahead.